It is that time. We are finally getting this EZA, which I thought would have been part 2, but we got Medical in part 2, so we're kind of going backward. Honestly, they could have just had Full Power Frieza and Namekoku be part 3 instead. Like, they could have capitalized. You give this guy an EZA, you give him a new LR, you got the Goku from the movie, and they could have, capitalized and had this guy part 1. He would have been on his own with, who were the sub EZAs for part 1? I don't remember. Oh, the Tech Final Form Cooler. They could have done those two, and then you just have Full Power Frieza and Namekoku as the part 3. They could have easily done that, But, we're getting this guy part 3. It's basically been confirmed by V-Jump. So I just want to kind of take a look at this unit. But that's not all. Because we got his banner unit EZAing at the same time. So this is the second time in this celebration where not only the main Dokkan Fest on the original banner EZA'd, but so did the banner units. Piccolo and Vegeta came out with Cooler, and they EZA'd with Cooler. So now we're breaking the rules again, which outside of God Goku and God Vegeta, I can't think of another unit where the sub EZAs EZA'd first in the case of God Goku and Vegeta, or at the same time. So we broke the rules twice with this celebration, but I'm fine with it because they are a support to Terrifying Conquerors, and I mean, if we're gonna start with Cooler, they're not gonna this is just gonna be 170. So it's basically you're gonna have Terrifying Conquerors, and then you're gonna have a 30% support. So you're essentially you're still missing out on 30% because it's technically 200%. Leader skills are technically double 30, but you still have that additional 30% buff for Terrifying Conquerors. So again, just do not expect this is it. This is sorry, not even the key. They're just changing this. That's it. That's all they're gonna do. Transformation boost is already they're a very good category. So you're not gonna you're not gonna go 180, 190%, something like that, because they're not even gonna go 200% for two categories like this. I don't see it happening. So just do not expect a lot for that. This, I feel like because he stacks attack, I want to be realistic, with these, but he stacks attack here. So wouldn't it be interesting if he stacked attack on his base form, of the card? It probably won't happen. It's probably going to be just maybe raise attack and defense for one turn. But it'd be kind of interesting if they had that effect. There are some units out there that do that. They stack one, and then you get the other when you transform and whatnot. So it's rare to happen, but it could happen. That would be interesting to see, because then you can build up their defense. Then it's okay, well, do I want to transform and get guaranteed crits against Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, turn 3? Or do I want to still build up a little bit? Like against Broly. Maybe you probably, again, want to build up his defense. So you're probably not transforming turn 3 against Broly, AGL Broly in Red Zone. If you were to stack his defense. I guess another thing they could do, they could literally just go stack attack and defense here. They could do that. Then it's why do I even need the base form if I don't want the support buff and I just want to make my Cooler better? Why would I not even go to Final Form Cooler and just stay as this? Because I don't know how much... I'm trying to think these units in this celebration, Full Power Frieza was not changed a lot. Namekoku's base form was helped, but it wasn't changed significantly a lot. So, I don't think they're going to change too much. They might give them 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. It would be interesting for, a turn 1 guard. You just keep him in the same and just still guard on him for maybe the first 2 turns. That could be interesting. So turn 1 and turn 3 if he shows up, or again turn 2, turn 4, and he has guard. Oh wait, that would be kind of broken though. That would be broken because if you get him turn 2 or turn 3 and he's in slot 7, then you could essentially have a turn of guard with them with Cooler stacking, and then 108. But okay, I'm starting to rethink. I think they. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's a turn one guard, only turn one. So the first time he shows up. But again, if you get him slot 7, God, that'd be kind of overpowered. But you're not fully built up. You're not stacking with them until after your super. So they could go turn 1 guard, and then if you get him slot 7, pop the active skill, transform with Cooler, and then he has guard for that 1 turn to start building up. So I guess that wouldn't be terrible. I guess they could do that. They could either give him guard for 2 turns, like 2 of his appearances, so turn 1 and turn 3. So that'd be like 3 turns of guard essentially, something like that. They could do. But if you get like, can he do additionals? Yeah, okay, so you got medium, so this probably goes at the high chance, maybe. So you could potentially, stack 3 times if you transform with cool, like that. I don't know, that'd be interesting, but I expect maybe 150, 200, because what is this? This is 180. Are they gonna go 250? Are they gonna go 200? Is this gonna be 100 and then 200 when he transforms? And he gets 3 ki when he transforms too, so I don't know. I don't think they're going to do a lot to his base form. Again, buff his stats. I would honestly love if they just said, okay, well, all transformation boosts and terrifying conquerors, regardless of how many enemies there are, get, 2 ki, 30% attack and defense. Oh, no. That's 50. So you would basically be debuffing. But it's basically, because then you give 30, or you give 60 to people that are on both. But if you're on both already and there's 2 more and more enemies, you get 80% attack and defense and 4 ki. So, God, I guess they probably got to keep that as is. I think so. Yeah. I guess they probably, because Terrifying Conquerors just got a huge buff too. God, they might debuff that. Like, it'd be interesting to see, 2 ki 30%, 2 ki 30%, just outright. And then if you're on both categories, you get 60%. 80% if 2 enemies and you're on both. That's really good. And it applies to himself too, so he gets an additional 80% with 2 or more enemies. So yeah, I don't see them. Obviously, 1 enemy they could do. Maybe he gets an additional 50% attack and defense when supering when facing one enemy. Then that way, if there's 2 or more enemies, then he can just get this. Oops, I do not want to play that. He can just get this 50% instead. So I think that's kind of how I do it. So 150 at the start of turn for attack and defense. When facing 1 enemy, or I guess we'll go with passive first. So oh my God, we'll go the buffs first. So transformation boost 2 ki 30% when facing 1 enemy. Terrifying Conquerors 2 ki 2 ki 50%, and then when facing 1 enemy, attack and defense was 50%. When facing you just don't really get anything. I guess I'm not really giving him anything if he's facing 2 or more enemies, because he's just getting his buffs. And then guards the first 2 turns on appearance, or the first, I guess, 3 turns is what I would say. So, yeah, that's how I'd build his base form passive here. This is not going to change. I don't want it to. Because turn 3 transformations for pure hybrid Saiyans, that's Broly. Well, there's no hybrid. Is that? I guess that's really only against Broly in Red Zone. You'll make it to turn, if you go slow enough, you'll get to turn 6 in Cell Max. But for some of the longer events, like the Shadow Dragons, you'll get to turn 6 and be able to transform. So if we look at transformed Cooler, again, if we go, maybe if he doesn't stack his defense on the base form Cooler, maybe go stack attack and defense on his transformed state. But then again, that turn 3, you're going to have guard, and I think this probably goes up to a 50% chance of becoming a super. So then you could potentially have 3 stacks the first turn you get him if you build him full additional, which means, like, the guard is really going to help set him to get his defensive flowing and, start to, pump up his defense along with his attack. So that's why I guess that's not super overpowered the more I think about it, because you are, if you do transform turn 1, you are only going to get 1 turn of guard. But it's still pretty good with it. So I think this only goes up 20% too. So 3 key, 200% attack and defense. Keep the crit, guaranteed crit against Pure and Hybrid Saiyans. Let's throw in 50% attack and defense when supering. And, okay, we'll do this. And he has a 30% chance to crit against non-pure hybrid Saiyans. So, no matter what, you have a chance to crit with them. So, again, you essentially want to build him additional, which helps him not only stack up, but, you're going to get a crit. You have a chance to at least get a crit. Maybe 25%. Maybe he has to get hit 5 times. Let's go. You have to get hit 5 times. You get a 25% chance to crit against every enemy. And then he gets guaranteed crits against Pure and Hybrid Saiyans. And then, again, throw on the 50% attack and defense when performing a super, which, again, he's basically going to do. I don't think that's too busted. It's a little busted, but I think that makes him number 1 TUR, but I think that makes it where he can be surpassed. And again, you have to get hit to build up his crit chance. I like that. I like that. We'll go with that. So just to recap, 200% attack and defense, 3 key, high chance of launching an additional super, guaranteed crit against Pure and Hybrid Saiyans. You have to get hit 5 times to basically crit against, 25% chance to crit against anyone, and then additional 50% attack and defense when supering. So that way, he's not overpowered where it's like, just he's on the turn and he can just, put him in slot 1 because he'll get more defense after he supers. So that's not too overpowered, but, you get high enough with his defense, you can put him in slot 1. I think I built him something like that. We'll see. Obviously, we have like a week. So, this unit probably goes up to 130. Hopefully, they do raise attack and defense and then lowers attack and defense here. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're not a support. I thought they were a support. I have not used this as. I always thought they were a support. Oh my god. They could literally build this like they did Metal Cooler, LR Metal Cooler, and if you're on Terrifying Conquerors or any team you can use the cooler with, you make them busted, and if they're not, they're not that good. So, 30% attack and defense per Terrifying Conqueror ally on the team. Oh my god. Launches 2 additionals, each with a rare chance of becoming a super. Make this medium chance. They have 2 guaranteed additionals, so then you can potentially get 4 stacks of the 1 turn buff of raising attack and defense. If you're in something like Super Battle Road, you can potentially lower the enemy's attack and defense 4 times. If you get that medium chance to proc those 2 times, and then obviously you need the hidden potential system super too. When there is an ally who names includes cooler. Okay. I would. They don't get rid of those restrictions. I would make them a support. 30% attack and defense for themselves per Terrifying Conqueror ally on the team. Extreme class 2 key, 30% attack and defense. And then when Cooler's on the team, it's just on the team. Yeah, okay, on the team. So, again, he's not on Joint Fights. Terrifying Conqueror's on. Targoku's he's on. Space Traveling Warrior is on. So, 3 out of the 5 categories you're going to get if you run this guy. Cooler's going to be on there. So, I feel like you're going to run more super class Joint Forces units, and then Special Post that needs a whole new overhaul of units. to even be close to runnable. So, again, basically, Terrifying Conqueror. I mean, Target Goku needs some help too. Obviously, with this celebration, it got somebody that needs a better leader skill and whatnot. And then Space Traveling Warriors, they're okay, but I think they need a little new leader skill too, 200% leader skill too. So we'll see how that works. So basically, again, Terrifying Conquerors. And it's just a name that includes Cooler. So you can run with the LR Cooler. Again, 30% attack and defense per Terrifying Conqueror allies on the team. Extreme class get 2 key, 30% attack and defense. They'll have 2 additionals with a medium chance of supering when Cooler's on the team, and then I don't know, because you're basically relying on the team around them to be good, which I feel like they're gonna do. So I don't know how much else. I don't know how to build this unit. I don't. Good thing I'm not in charge of it, because what I'm doing, they're gonna be run like nowhere, unless it's on a team with Cooler. So I guess that's all I would do. I guess I would make this a high chance. Because it has to be Cooler. And they're on 5 teams, which 3 of them Cooler is on. Make it a 50% chance to super. How about that? Let's go 50% chance to super. Again, they'll be stacking their attack and defense for 1 turn. They'll get the 1 turn attack and defense buff. So they can potentially do that 4 times. So I like that. You give support. You get, if on the Terrifying Conquerors and whatnot, you get them buffed up themselves. With this, maybe you make this 50% too. So, well, that's because what is it? It's 6. Is that 110%? No. Is that no? It's 300. No, not 300. Why can't I do math? What's 6 times? What am I doing? I can't do math right now. That's not the calculator. Oh my god, I keep hitting. There you go. That is 300%. I was right. Okay. That's a lot of attack and defense for themselves. I think that's how I would build them. You build them specifically for a Cooler team on 3 of those teams. Again, 2 of them need better leader skills, so that's how I do it. 50%, 2 high chances of additional supers, raise attack and defense for 1 turn, 30%, 2 key extreme class allies, and yeah, that's what I would do. So I'm gonna wrap up here. I don't know why I couldn't do math. I'm gonna leave that in. Screw it. I'm gonna just leave it in. I don't give a crap anymore. Let me know your thoughts. How would you build those? Anything you would do differently? Anything you would add to this unit? For now, like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.